got gears.
Welcome to the Triton Super High Roller Series, where we bring you exclusive cash games such as this one. Blinds will be 1K, 2K for big blind ante of 4,000.
I should race, huh?
And have coverage of Ferdinand Putra, Tan Xuan, Santhosh Suvarna, Tony G, and Phil Nagy.
50th folder. No, I'm learning. That's why I just want to learn.
Before I forget, my name is Randy Liu, also known as Nanonoko. I'm gonna walk you through this one to the end.
75 even.
First look at Phil Nagy.
That was short-handed. A bit looser. I like short-handed more. I played like different.
Yeah.
And now, Santhosh Suvarna spicing things up immediately on the button with 8-7 offsuit.
7.
Let's qualify.
King, King, 10 Rainbow, gonna give Tony G the best hand. However, there is counterfeit opportunities.
At least it's not white chips you're putting in.
Santhosh picking up a gut shot. Another counterfeit opportunity in the form of a 6 now, which swiftly arrives on the river.
Check.
Santhosh wants it all.
就拿白色的就行了。
Really bad river. What?
And a free look.
I understand this.
Yeah. Good. For me, good.
I have to raise it.
That hand reminds me of that game show Golden Balls, where you have the option to split or steal. Tony G wanting to split it, but Santhosh with the steal. Santhosh now providing a straddle with Tony G's money, the 4K. Tan Xuan, ace queen. In the cutoff, 3 X's. Ferdinand Putra, Indonesia's got king queen offsuit, debating whether to come in with a 3-bet or flat call in position. Opts throwing the white chip.
Get a water?
Price is 35K. Couple options on the table for Tan Xuan, debating whether to call out of position or potentially put in a 4-bet to apply pressure on the wide perceived button 3-betting range.
Yeah, it's okay. Just look. Thank you.
Looks like he's opting for the latter with the 4-bet. 95,000 is the price. Now Putra probably is a little bit suspicious given the opponent, Tan Xuan. The thing is, king queen offsuit is a lot of trouble, often dominated in 4-bet pots. Also, it's not suited. He's done. Gonna rabbit hunt this one though. See a bunch of numbers. No connection.
You have me. Okay. You have me. You have me. Yeah.
Appears that Tan Xuan is topping up. Loves to have everyone covered at the table. Tan has topped up an additional 300,000 to his stack. An ace on the button for Tony G. Good enough for a raise. Solver special for Phil Nagy, who does come along in the small. Not flush draw for Tony G. And a sprinkle. Finished.
来一个绿茶，绿茶。
Tan Xuan ordering some green tea. Whatever makes him comfortable. Santhosh is face palming.
Two, four.
Nice pocket pair for Tony G, pocket nines. 1-9 in the big blind of Tan Xuan. Gonna be hard for him to win the spot. He'll take a shot at it. Now he actually does have a good chance to scoop this one as he picks up a flush draw on his Jack 10-10 2 club board. Let's see if he check calls or opts to check raise and try to represent that 10. Call is the play. Breaks out on the turn. Tony fires again. Denies equity.
Good.
Good.
Push. And you win.
No
bluff. No bluff. No bluff.
One bluff like
I bluff one time. No more.
big bluff, you know. Talking about million, how you gonna win what? I learned my lesson.
I straddle. Yeah, no bluff.
No bluff.
This table cannot bluff.
Listen how against Rock last night they had how he called S10. So the flop was S7 6. Before he raised call, right?
Call. Yeah.
He bet flop, he call, rock raise, call. Somewhat lah. S7 6.
A7 6. Turn 3.
Turn 3.
Check.
Oh, we are on TV.
Raise.
Tony G, Queen 7 offsuit, the computer hand.
Tony today different mode. Huh?
Yeah.
Raising
But it's not like
How many
that.
parts you got?
9
Shake
times.
the hand. It's not there.
9 times.
见了哦，八九哦，
9 times raising.
特别是他的，
他的肯定不会投机的，
4 into 9.
misclick.
他碰不
36.
到敲了。
By mistake?
对，他不投的。
Misclick.
Misclick。
I can't fold every hand.
如果有那个7那个外面有2个9，我偷他，我相信他会 call。
Usually I put more money when I'm afraid. Bunny, you know.
老师这样说。
Oh.
打那个家伙也有牌。
Looks like we got rugged on the conclusion of that story.
It's early. These are show hands, you know, promotional hands.
Advertising.
Yeah, it's promotional.
Starting
They're
advertisement,
not
marketing.
real. Later we'll play good. Later I play good. First few hands you have chance. But if I lose, then I'm tilted. Check.
Both players whiffing. Tan Xuan hoping the big blind does fold, which it does not.
Check.
There's the 8.
$25.
Tony G betting 25,000. For value?
Raise.
think Tony G is in that mood where he wants to splash today.
Very good player. Bunny. Bunny and professional. Shark.
Feels like Tony G is the only person who uses the reference bunny.
Aggressive. Can I get a double espresso, please?
Ace 32.
Nagy, aggressive, ace-6 suited. Makes it 32,000. Putra with pocket fives. Try to flop a set here. No set, but that's a pretty good flop for pocket fives. 9 deuce deuce. Nagy, thinking his opponent doesn't have a piece, does fire 30k. Can't imagine Putra going anywhere. Makes the call. Looking to fade the overcard, and there is an overcard, the Queen of Diamonds, which does give Phil Nagy the nut flush draw now. Does have slightly over pot remaining. Could be a spot where he's thinking about putting in the jam. Can definitely get better ace highs to fold, put a lot of pressure on these little pocket pairs.
All in.
There we go. Putra now, gotta ask the question. If Nagy had a big pocket pair, will he still jam? The problem is, if he's up against a big combo draw like this, they still have a lot of equity, in this case, 29%.
No.
Stack size was weird. I didn't know what to do.
Qualify?
I qualified on the turn.
If you don't know what to do, all in is good.
Stack size was weird to make any kind of bet, you know, because then there's nothing, there's no barrel left on the river.
That's exactly right. Had he bet like 70k, he'd still have like 60, 70k remaining.
Evaluation.
You qualified on a turn for a completion. Possible. Sorry, I just moved this so we have more room. Thank you. Yes.
再来一份。对，下一份加了个辣椒。
辣椒油。
嗯，对。
可以。
6.
Look.
Seven.
15. 2 pair. Correct? 2 pair?
Oh, you have something like that, but
Yeah.
it's a flush draw. And then
Yeah. It's a good flop for my hand. Straddle? One time. I do 8k. Yeah. Bunny.
4 and 8. Straight.
Bunny is out. The real bunny.
Double straddle and no whiskey for Tony.
Button not allowed to straddle. Bunny's running loose this morning. The bunny's out of the box. Finally released.
8.
Oh, wow.
27.
Really? You look? No, you didn't look. Blind.
No,
You should do sometimes blind for advertising. Santhosh, it's really good.
No advertisement.
I can't let you down, you
I
know.
have
Even
good
like
hand.
any hand I call just because it's you, to support you,
hand.
to support India, the future of the world.
Future.
So 89,000 in the middle. Tony G with the queen on offsuit does make the best hand. Checks to Tan Xuan. He's gotta get a ball. Backdoor clubs potential, but ideally looking for the jack. Gonna try to rep a hand here. 39K. A little bit of a tricky spot for middle pair, no kicker. Tony giving this some thought because he still has to worry about the pre-flop raiser Santhosh Suvarna. Does make the call. Santhosh. Looks like he doesn't believe, so he comes along as well. 206,000, look at these hands. And the jack comes right in for Tan Xuan, who makes the straight. So lots of possibilities now with this turn card. Brings a flush draw. Straight draws arrive. Two pairs. Much in play. But if Tan Xuan bets his turn, it's very unlikely he'll get paid off by Queen 9 or 2 sevens, given the run out. But to check this, take a very big read on where he puts Tony G at in this hand. Wow. Checks it, and Tony G takes the bait, instantly bets 75,000, turning his hand into the bluff. Also perhaps getting some value against a hand like Jack 10.
괜찮은?
Enjoy.
Tan Xuan looking to get a count of Tony G's remaining stack to try to interpret what this bet size means. It does look rather committing given the board texture. If he thinks that Tony G would bet all of his 2 pairs on a turn, he might try to get it all. And does push in the chips, puts Tony G all in.
The 10 jack. So take this in. Maybe 10 jack.
Tony G announcing that maybe he's up against 10 jack, which would be a pair and a straight draw. The thing is, that semi-bluff would never be coupled with the flush draw given the jack of spades is on board, which is the flush draw card. So does he think Tan Xuan would go that wide on a semi-bluff? A lot of players that want to make a big semi-bluff on a turn would have a very big combo draw, potentially a straight and a flush draw. A Jack 10 suited would never be possible.
71, wow.
It's still the same hand?
Yeah. Only 10 jack. 9 cannot be. Ten jack?
Maybe. A bit fluffy.
Maybe 10 jack. Yeah?
Can you beat ace king? Ace 5.
Yes.
Maybe bluff.
Queen 10 maybe is very bad.
Problem is, he doesn't even beat queen 10.
Ace 5.
Did you check the turn? Super marginal.
It seems like Tony G is not convinced that Tan Xuan would check a big hand on the turn.
Tony G queen bet.
Small money. Wow.
Check the
Queen
turn.
bet.
Small money
Queen
you can
10.
fold.
No. I have worse, a little bit worse.
What?
A little bit worse, Queen 9.
Queen 9.
Tony G really thinking about making this hero call.
Okay. Big block.
This would be ambitious and optimistic if he can make this call. Perhaps he could beat a hand like 5x of spades.
10 jack is good.
Wow.
Okay, I give you a present. Cool. Cool, cool.
Call.
Tony G.
You got
Great. Wow.
too good. Bravo.
1 out.
Wow, it's a nice check. What turn?
Tan Xuan gonna scoop this 700k pot.
Your reputation always touchy.
I know.
That's
Too
why
good.
People call you.
Good play. Bravo.
Because it's TV, not on TV.
Yeah, 10 jack does the same thing. Okay, give me 300.
所以那天我破掉那个 A 皮是很大压力的。有一天我fold S Queen
啊、
压力很大的。
Who me?
我 me
Four to
no for he
啊、
S Queen Queen A Queen Deuce. Do you remember?
no.
Bad. All in.
Okay, struggle. Full strut.
So Tony G is gonna reload 300,000 after that hand where he's convinced that Tan Xuan could have Jack 10 and only Jack 10. Was wrong. On to the next hand though. The game continues.
Cool. Close.
$50k in the middle as we go 4 ways to this flop. Santhosh Suvarna flopping the nuts.
Check.
Tan Xuan with relevant blockers here. Could get him in trouble. Does check around. Board pairing 3 does bring a diamond flush draw which no player has. Tan Xuan is convinced he's got the best hand right now. Does bet 15k. Santhosh, who checked back the nuts on the flop, continues to slow play with this call now. 80k. The jack is practically a blank on this river card, as it's very hard for someone to connect with the jack unless they've got 2 diamonds to go along with it. Tan Xuan with a micro bet of 6,000 into 80. Gonna hear some bad news, as he knows this often induces a raise, and Santhosh, who slow played his hand to perfection, makes it 80,000.
Into 3, into this. F3, F3 first draw.
Tan Xuan's gotta ask the question, how thin would Santhosh Suvarna raise for value at this price of 80,000? He also might be thinking, why did Santhosh check back the flop if he was hoping to straight or like a set?
Flush, sure. Check. 我买的够了，印度纸。
Tan Xuan also blocking 6-5 the straight, which might check back the flop. The bigger the raise, the more likely his opponent is also polarized. Pays it off, Santhosh Suvarna.
Straight.
Yeah.
3.
Huh? No.
3 instant call.
Yeah. 3 snap call. Jack is snap call.
Oh, no jack.
No jack.
Jack. Pocket fire.
来，你们要搅和。
Variance pretty fast. Shoot. There. Money.
No bluff.
Okay.
The ladies have crept up into Santhosh Suvarna's corner. Tunji, couple 8s, putting a 3-bet to 25k. Not the standard play from the big blind. Could get him in a lot of trouble here, given how strong Santosh's hand is, and he's going to pump it up once more. 87,000.
All in.
Oh, and the wheels are coming off Tony G's bike as he puts in 285,000 with pocket 8s against Santhosh Suvarna's pocket queens as a 4-1 dog. $575,000 in the middle. Can Tony find an 8? No, it's Santhosh finding the queen.
Nice flop. I don't have to run it anymore.
10, no?
Nothing.
Officially drawing dead.
Thank you. 300.
Yeah, count.
He has more. What do you count?
Lovely back-to-back hands for Santhosh Suvarna.
This is premium, man.
Yeah.
Not yesterday.
Nagy just showered himself with Santhosh Suvarna's good luck. Santhosh Suvarna feeling hot, does put in the 4K straddle. Tony G in for 300 more, does pick up ace king, trying to look steamy here with this 3-bet. The opponents don't have much though.
Give it Fred.
You see a flop?
Nagy trying to rabbit hunt. Did not flop a set.
Very lucky.
3-3. No. Better 3.
6.
How old are you?
Old age?
You?
Age?
8?
Huh?
You? How old are you?
43.
40. 3.
You?
I think you 25.
You?
Yeah.
No. You 25?
No.
How? 3? 3-0. 3-6. Look like 20.
So the flop checks through, Nagy bets 15k on the turn, and now, slightly over the pot on the river, trying to represent a polarized range. He knows that Putra's hand is in that bluff catching mode. Big bet makes it look like he's on a 10x or busted hearts. And Putra pays it off incorrectly. Nagy, rubbing that good luck. Does work.
Somebody get that lovely lady a chair. Those heels have got to be breaking her feet on that tile.
Get a chair here. Sit here. Sit down. That's good.
I'm watching her stand there, and my feet are hurting just looking at her.
Oh, his stack isn't hurting with that last pot. Three offsuit hands. I'm gonna take a look at 3. Queen 10 with the gut shot, Tan Xuan with middle pair. Nothing for Tony. Tan looking to close it out on this flop. Does get looked up by the gutter ball. Blank out on the turn. Debating whether there's value against the 7x. Does check it back. Queen 10, just high card, as it misses the river card. Doesn't opt to bet. Tan gonna take this 36k pot. Everything going Tan Xuan's way so far. So ace-8 for Santhosh, setting the price at 12K. And rockets for Tan Xuan. Can he get the action? He definitely has the image. Playing very deep stack against Santhosh. 600K effective. Does have an offsuit ace. The thing is, he knows that Tan Xuan loves to mess around. A lot of history going on. Even outside of this cash game specifically. There is 48K to match it. He's only got 7% chance to win this pot against Tan Xuan. This is a flop that gives Santhosh Suvarna some potential. He's got the 8 wrapped around by the 7 and 9 to sandwich it. A diamond in hand. $34K. A smallish bet like this does invite hands to float that are drawing very slim like this. Santhosh swiftly calls. Turn card is the 5. Brings in the gutter ball now for Santhosh Suvarna. Also brings in more hands that Tan Xuan might think he wants to get value from that would check back a turn if he opts to check. Hands like 8-7, 6-5, pocket 8s, 6s. Also all the things on the flop like the diamonds and Jack 10. Tan Xuan opting to go for a value bet rather than pot control. Price is 125,000. It's a bit steep for the type of hand Santhosh actually has. Santhosh isn't even sure if he does pair his ace or 8 if it would be good. The cleanest out to him is the 6. Doesn't want to pay. Tan Xuan now playing $1 million stack. A little bit of a dealer change, and for now, a look at the scoreboard as Tan Xuan is the biggest winner. No surprise that Tony G is at the bottom after losing those 2 big hands. Ferdinand Putra down a little bit too. No connection for either player. A round of checks. I got a ball now for Tony G. Looking for the 4, but 15k. Looked like it would be enough to shake the ace deuce, but Santhosh calling correctly and now pairs the ace. That is a heroic call that was correct. Ferdinand Putra looking to steal some blinds. 9-7 offsuit. Jack 10 for Tony G. Making the fold. So does the straddle. I'm sure Ferdinand Putra welcomes that pot, given the strength of his hand. Bit of trash so far. And perhaps a blind versus blind confrontation incoming. Queen 4 off. King 3.
You really bring the frog?
Oh, who kept here?
Oh, I thought you bring it.
No.
It was here?
No, maybe here only.
Today,
Huh?
they are not me.
Coming. Remember, right? It's the long back.
Long.
Tao.
That was
I don't know the name.
Long.
Use the other side.
Huh?
The fat side.
Oh, no. Say.
No.
This is for you.
Thank you.
Nice.
Nagy's got the technique. Nine 8 offsuit should be just enough for him to continue in position against Santhosh in this blind versus blind spot. So 22k in the middle. Pair of nines is best. Board is getting a bit dicey. And Santhosh gonna try to take advantage here with a 9k bet. Tan Xuan doesn't even have a club for backup. And he makes the correct call, Tan Xuan. Can Santhosh bet once more?
21.
He can, 21k.
21?
Oh my! Tan Xuan snap called him with
And what?
fourth pair? A four-liner? Clubs over cards?
I have pair. Handful.
Snap call.
Command 是对你尊重， 让人面哭了。
It goes to show you how dangerous of a player Tan Xuan is. Great reads, heavy action player. Very uncomfortable to play against, especially when you're out of position against him. And he always plays a stack that covers you. Now we move on. Phil Nagy, Queen 10 offsuit, swiftly called by Santhosh Suvarna's Jack 9 in position. Neither player connecting with the flop. A simple hand for Nagy.
Very dow.
I think he went out. It's a good day to go out with his wife. The other guy's supposed to come. It's Buddy.
Maybe upset yesterday, I don't know.
Why?
Santhosh bet with him. I don't know why.
Kate was saying that he's also got a little kid, a little baby at home. So it's maybe.
But he is playing, no, that 1
Bye.
million buying game. He told me he will play.
I don't know the story.
No?
Maybe. I don't like to speculate.
I will message him.
Sunday, right?
Today Sunday.
Yeah. It's not my day to watch him. So.
Straddle? That's straddle? Yeah, straddle, yeah.
So we've got Jack 10 suited for Putra against Santosh's King 10. Jack 10 suited does pick up a flush draw. Fires in 15,000. Santhosh making the correct call with King High. King of Diamonds very relevant, and in terms of relevancy, it now has top pair on the turn, which gives Putra a gut shot to go along with his flush draw. He also perceives the Jack 10 to be 2 overs to the 9 if he's up against that. Bets once more, 40,000. And that is a big river for Ferdinand Putra, who makes the flush. Santhosh Suvarna with a block bet. Usually the King 10 is the best hand. Reasonable chance he would play a flush in this manner, so maybe he doesn't think his opponent would make a big move against him when he leads out. Also, another benefit is that he can potentially get some value against a hand that would check back on a flush completing card, like Queens, Jacks, 10s, Ace 9, that might pay off. In the meantime, action on Putra, who is stacking one tower to jam. Now Santhosh Suvarna in a very tough spot because he has that very relevant King of Diamonds where he blocks flushes. hands that would value jam here. Needs to ask the question, how thin would Putra value jam right now? Is it a flush and only situation? Would Putra potentially jam 2 pair the sets when the flush comes in? It feels like if he was up against a bluff, most likely it's like a queen jack offsuit with a diamond. Jack 10 with 1 diamond. But these hands doesn't necessarily always jam when they get led into. Santhosh rather pained as he faces this 90k raise on top. He does find the correct fold. Feels like he might have saved some money with that river lead, because if he checked, he might face a jam and might actually just call it off. Things are very different when you change the line.
Just got sandoshed.
This is...
The fact that Santhosh said aces means that he gives Ferdinand Putra credit to jam more than flushes in that spot. If that's the case, then it makes a lot of sense why he's gonna fold the king 10. As there's more hands he's up against that beats him. Anyhow, ace queen for Tan Xuan in the hijack. 6-9 suited for Tony G. Flats on the button.
I have 1 more 100 behind.
Tony G looks like he's adding 100k to his stack. He does whiff.
Just in case she doesn't understand.
So 4 white chips added to Tony G's stack. Equates to 100k, 25k apiece. Ace medium for Phil Nagy. Get a little action from Tan Xuan's queen 6 offsuit. Tan Tan Xuan does flop the best hand, but Nagy's got a lot of potential. Gutter ball, one overcard to the board, backdoor diamonds, but it is Tan Xuan who's taking the lead on this board, expecting a lot of hands to just check it back. King is very scary for Tan Xuan. Phil Nagy does make the best hand with his pair of eights. Does Tan Xuan think he's got enough showdown? He does not, hence he's turning his hand into a bluff. 20k into 27 will be tough for Phil Nagy to make the call here. Got a four-liner. He does have a very relevant ace of diamonds if he wants to turn his hand into the bluff with the nut flush blocker. It kind of depends on how light he thinks Tan Xuan would call a raise. It's also got to think, is just calling with a pair of eights good enough? But it's hard to find some natural bluffs, and Tan Xuan with the mimicking of the frog with his chips. There we go.
Not as good as Tony G.
You gotta love how playful these guys are despite the stakes.
I didn't add up. I didn't ask for tips.
No. No.
No, I said that he gave chips, so the chips you will bring me to sit to.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'll take it.
Give it to him.
It's okay. If I win more, I'll give you tips. Maybe it's a sign. Maybe I should have thought up.
Okay, so Ferdinand Putra is topping up 200,000. Wasn't expecting it, but he signed up for it. Here comes Phil Nagy, Queen 10 suited. Santhosh Suvarna in there with ace 10 off. Suited one gapper with the button. Good enough for Tan Xuan. And now Putra, ace jack offsuit. The best of these four hands pre-flop. He is playing a slightly larger stack with that top up, just over $500,000. And he's eyeballing those 7k from those three players, and he's going to try and steal it. 40k squeeze. Dominated ace is getting in there for Santhosh. Tan Xuan does get to close the action. The nice thing about this 8-6 suited too is that you're rarely dominated in a squeeze pot like this. So we're gonna play a $133,000 pot. Plenty of stack to play for behind. King 6 deuce, gonna give Tan Xuan the best hand with middle pair. It is a king high board though. Ferdinand Putra knows he's got all the ace kings in his range. Gonna try to rep it. Tan knows he could have the best hand, which he does in this instance. Or if he's behind, has clean outs in the form of an 8 or a 6 that he can really win a huge pot, given how deep they are to start this hand. Gonna make the call. Gonna add 100 to the 133k to make a 233k pot, and now a board pairing top card, the king. Very interesting. Putra knows that Tan Xuan likes to defend very wide. Perhaps he thinks that if Tan Xuan is holding a hand like this, he might think his opponent would feel they're drawing dead against an ace king, king queen, and maybe he can just get them to fold right now. Bets 125k. Very troublesome for Tan Xuan. You might be asking the question, would his opponent try and trap me if he was holding the king right now? Would a hand like queens, jacks, tens, aces still fire when the king arrives? Doesn't seem like he thinks so. Makes another call, and we got 483k in the middle. Tan Xuan with a sick call so far. River card is the 10. Putra's got to ask the question now. Am I up against a king? Maybe pocket sixes or deuces. Would my opponent still follow through with a turn call with a hand like a 6, 7s, 8s, 9s? Wow, he makes a 300k bluff here. And the nice thing for Putra is that when you go for a triple barrel in this spot, you don't want to hold a diamond in your hand, because you want those hands with a flush draw to call the flop, call the turn, and likely lay down the river. Tan Xuan though, he had a read on the turn. Follow through with it. Can he follow through once more?
You can get it.
How much?
300k straight.
Only win one hand. Maybe you. Huh?
300.
3?
Exactly.
300.
300. 70.
Okay. 300.
All in.
It is good that Tan Xuan isn't holding a diamond in hand in case he thinks he's up against busted diamonds. Putra trying to play it cool. If Tan Xuan can find this call, it'll be over $1 million pot with the biggest hero call I've seen in a long time. Tan Xuan's got to be thinking, how thin would Putra value bet in this spot? Is it only a king or nothing situation? Is it ever aces, queens, and jacks as well? If he can remove those hands, then his opponent's value betting range becomes a bit more narrow. Tan Xuan, can he find this call? Putra sipping on some water.
I am Groot.
Tan Xuan deep in the tank.
Good call.
Wow.
Good call.
$1 million pot with a pair of sixes. What a hero.
Good call.
That's queen. Only win two hand. Only win two hand. Lose much. Many hand.
No.
Lose many hand.
Yes, I know it looked like ace queen. The line looked strong.
So Tan Xuan is currently the biggest winner, up $1 million with that hero call. Ferdinand Putra felt it, down 620K. Tony G not doing so well himself.